So, I'm like, 3, 2, 1, press the button. Alright. Are we ready for intros yet?
Yeah. Hello, guys, gals, non-binary pals. It's my friend Rebellious Pastry and I, as
We are streaming again. So,
and yeah, we're back.
I'm like, 3, 2, 1, press the button. Alright. Alright, and I need to go ahead and pause the streams or else they will drive me insane. Alrighty, here's my intro. Heyo guys, girls, and everyone in between. This is Rebellious Pastry here. And do you have any announcements, Ink?
I've started a Discord server. I'm gonna grab the invite from places.
Okay. So, as for me,
your channel.
okay, you can post it on both mine and yours.
Yeah. I don't have that many people today, so.
Yep. My people tend to trickle in, like, as soon as, like, the stream have been going on for a little while.
Yeah.
To be honest. And sometimes new people trickle in and be like, ooh, this stream is fun. I'm gonna subscribe to them. Plural them, by the way.
This is mine.
Yep.
Grab this.
Anyway, so, now for my announcements. Please go ahead and check out my merch store, which I have in my pinned comment. And in a comment right under that is my channel banner challenge. We only have one submittal so far, and I'm hoping to get at least 3 so that Metal Clunker has a channel banner.
Yeah.
If not, then oh well, because this is technically my challenge.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah. So
See how much drawing I'm able to get done today, because I appear to have misplaced my
same here.
stylus.
Yep. See what happens when I go on a trip and when you also go on a trip? Writing utensils go poof. Whoops. And I accidentally clicked out of the wrong tab. Anyway, so, I am out of practice today. I'm gonna go ahead and, redial back, Ink. Because I apparently accidentally, like, misdialed her, like, her. Let me go ahead and redial them back. Heyo, I'm back. Sorry.
What happened?
I exited out of a tab again.
Sounds about right. Something I do a lot.
Again.
I do it. I pretty much do it every time I log off of the stream.
Exit out of the wrong tab.
I just exit out of Google entirely, and suddenly I'm just there's my stylus.
Yeah. Anyway, so should we go ahead and start? Should we go ahead and start this stream by talking about our trips, or should we start it by talking about losing things?
Well, I found my stylus, so let's talk about our trips.
Okay. So, would you like to go first?
Well, the trip was overall uneventful. I went paddleboarding and just kind of hung out with my cousin and my aunt and uncle.
Yeah. Why is
It's
it?
not homophobic.
Yeah.
Not sure about transphobic. It's my dad's side. They're a little bit more right-leaning.
Yeah. Not all right-leaning people are that way, though.
Yeah.
But yeah. As far as how. Wait, I have 2 tabs to the same to the same copy of the stream going. Yeah, I'm a little out of streaming practice, to be honest with everyone here. Because I did not do any sort of streaming for like 2 weeks. But yeah, all I wish to say is being a camp counselor is interesting, and I got a 2-week trial of it. It's basically like a job where like your job description does not match what you're actually doing, and where you have to go ahead and say a whole ton of silly things to children. Children
Yeah,
do the
small children are weird.
children do the darndest things, and we have to go ahead and like when you sign up for a job like camp, you have like you didn't think that you would ever say like over the half of the things that you actually say. Like Ink, I don't think you could ever imagine like all the random things that I have to say to like kids.
Ah, yes, small children.
Small children.
And now I'm just trying to figure out how to get
Yep.
my stuff working.
Uh-huh. Small children are interesting, but I love them dearly. Because young
I see.
kids, because they're young kids.
Yep.
And young kids are entertaining and sometimes weird. Weird as in the good way, not as in the bad way.
Yeah, duh.
Yep,
That's fairly obvious.
yep. Like, yeah, just think about all the weird things you did as a kid times 12 of those little things. And then think about all the silly things you do now times 2 and add those two together. And that's basically camp counseling for you. Basically where you have like a whole ton of little kid sillies in a unit, and then you have some adult sillies in there too, like the innocent kind, like the dress up in costumes and sing. Yep. So yeah, you like yeah, that's pretty much just um summary of my trips. Basically okay, you decide to do this silly thing, and I'm just like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but can you please not do said silly thing? I'm just, yeah, like, yeah, just any job involving little kids, it's just entertaining. There's no way of getting out of the entertainment of what little children do. Ain't
Yeah,
that right, Ink?
sometimes. Oh, that's a problem when the child is weird at a point that it's that the child is just grabbing other kids.
Hmm, we have measures for that. But like, yeah, yeah, during like meal times, one time I put it was like biscuits and gravy day, and I decided to put gravy on my eggs. Why is it that gravy on eggs is so good?
I don't know. I never tried.
You should. It's good. Like gravy on scrambled eggs. It's good.
And for once, I'm actually drawing on the stream.
Yep, I'm also drawing too.
Yep, I see that.
Yeah. Um, but yeah. There's just there's some things that you also learn about yourself at camp that you probably wouldn't have ever thought of. Like like camp got me addicted to tea. And we all already know that I drink tea because of the salty single stream on Valentine's Day. And if you guys haven't seen that stream, or at least the third part of it, I would recommend you go ahead and check part of it out because it's basically me sarcastically reading directions to a tea kettle. That whole stream is.
Yeah.
A few times I stop and I'm like, "Are you guys bored?" And people were just entertained with me sarcastically reading teapot instructions.
Ah.
But yeah, like I was like there was some even instructions on how to plug the thing in, and I'm like, who would need these?
You'd be surprised.
Yep.
Humans can be incredibly dumb.
Yeah. No, like the whole like job description of being a camp counselor should be you would be surprised.
Honestly, a forest ranger is the same.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
I remember I was in the Grand Canyon not too long ago, and the lady was like, "Yeah, don't mess with the animals." Like, I actually mentioned how it's not really the predators that you want to fear, it's actually the large herbivores. And she
Wait,
was like, "Yep."
what? Wait, what?
And then there's people taking selfies with said gigantic animals that weigh over like almost 1,000 pounds
Yeah,
and can
like
impale your skull with just a swing of its head.
I'll take that back. Any job that has you go ahead and interact with any other human beings, period, will have you be saying some pretty interesting things. Like any human beings. Don't matter if it's campers, don't matter if it's full grown adults apparently. I bet you that even someone at Walmart have had to say some pretty interesting things.
Yeah, that's actually somewhat accurately describes the experience of working at Walmart.
Hmm. Yeah, I actually know someone who works at Walmart. Hopefully I can get them on the show one day.
He's cool.
Yep. But yeah,
If anyone wants to join the Discord I made, you can feel free to do that. I'm still setting up, but
okay. Wait, who funny one? Hmm. Yeah. Let's see. Um, but yeah, anything, any job um, that requires you to go ahead and talk to a ton of human beings, in a day gets pretty interesting,
spend.
apparently.
Honestly, you'd be surprised at what comes into an ER on a Friday night.
Wait, what? And
People shove strange things up their butts.
what? Why are we talking about this?
You're the one. We brought up human stupidity, and, well, apparently the anus has somewhat good suction.
Hmm. Yep.
And suddenly you've got a man in the
Some.
ER
Yeah,
with
and apparently,
with sometimes multiple objects shoved up his rectum.
apparently it is
And
not just.
usually the second and sometimes even third option objects were meant to try and get the first object out.
Wow. Okay. But yeah, back when I was a little kid, apparently I accidentally ate toothpaste, which is a pretty common thing for a little kid to do.
Oh, little animations.
Wait, we have a guest?
Yeah, someone said hi on our chat.
Ooh,
In your
yay.
chat.
Hi, little animations. How are you? We're just talking about the weird things. If you were to go ahead
The
and
weird things humans tend to get up to.
yeah, we're pretty weird creatures, to be honest with you. Like, think about this stream and the things we talk about on this stream. Ain't that right, Ink?
Yep.
Like, we're pretty weird on here. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Add my girlfriend to the mix and it just gets worse.
Yeah. Oh, man. We're like, and we're probably gonna be like that. Those people who are like, our fans are gonna be like, can we just have a normal stream for once? And we just be like, no.
I'm good, little animations.
Yep. Alrighty. Um. Ooh. How are you guys? I am also doing pretty well. It's just it's.
And then there's me with my singular person and
I think that's
chat.
me. I think that's me.
That's sad.
I am the wrench. I am the almighty powerful wrench.
Just keep watching. It'll keep. Just stay on it, and have it on silent. And I'll get engagement.
Yep. I'm keeping it on. That's why it's like we're hearing playback at the very beginning of these things.
Yeah.
Because I forget to mute things.
I have bug bites because I went camping.
I
Forgot.
have bug bites as well. Bugs love me, apparently.
Bugs love my legs specifically, but then again, it was kind of cold pretty much the entire time I was there, so I was in a jacket the whole time.
On my legs, on my arms, on my head. Not quite on the head, but like, yeah. One time when I was on a trip, I got over 100 bug bites on one limb alone.
Oh
Multiply
dear.
that by 4, and yep, I was pretty much
400 bug bites!
yeah, I was pretty much a part of like a mosquitoes Thanksgiving.
Oh man, I hate those suckers.
Literally.
My cousins had a trailer they could sleep in. We had to sleep on the tent.
Tents are fun as long as you're not like sharing a tent with a bad roommate. Which, yeah, but I have a feeling that like other animators have a um, very good stories on their roommates. Yeah, so I've been we little animation says I've been inside too much, so I have no bug bites.
I'm just over here intentionally itchy.
Please don't scratch your bug bites.
I need a worm spoon.
Yeah. Bug bites are a part of life. Bug bites are a part of life. You guys can probably tell that I was counselor person, because bug bites really suck. Clap your hands. Anyway, so what other crazy things have you heard about that humans do in places? Like adult human beings.
We're so lucky we've never had customer facing jobs. I can only imagine the things Harley has seen.
Yeah. Yep. But hey, I'm probably gonna end up having a customer facing job.
Yeah, at some point.
But yeah. But with little kids, it's just like, they don't know no better. Yeah. People could probably write books on, like, all the crazy things that campers or anyone have said. Because, like, yeah. So, any. You said that there was nothing that was eventful about your trip, Ink?
I went paddleboarding, that's about it.
Did you fall in?
No.
Hmm.
That's mostly because I was sitting down.
Oh, yeah.
I had a kayak paddle and was just kind of on the paddleboard.
Hmm. But
It was a little island.
falling in is the fun part, though, isn't it?
I didn't want to fall in. I wanted to stay dry.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You need some adventure. Little kids are funny. Yep, and Karens are scary. If anyone can go ahead and summarize the beginning part of this stream, it would be Karen.
Humans are dumb.
No, wait, Karens are bad. Karens are bad, and little kids are funny. Yeah, mostly little kids are funny. Yep. So what? I'm gonna ask our audience, like, what what type of conversations would you like to hear on our streams, so that we can go ahead and like talk about them, as long as it's not like something that's gonna get us in trouble with YouTube. We'll probably talk about it. But yeah, um, life is interesting if you do enough activities. Really interesting. Like, and if you need a little interesting if you need interesting things in your life, then work with kids. Only work with kids if you really like kids, because if you hate kids and you work with kids, then the kids would probably be able to see that you hate kids. Ain't that right, Ink?
Yep.
Like, I don't think kids would be able to see, like, occasional, like, annoyances, but if you're just overall, like, kids, they could probably see that. while I'm just like, some things I had to say to a kids, I'm just like, oh my. There's some like Karen advice in my chat.
Yep.
At Gameotron says the way I deal with Karens is by remembering that I only have to deal with them for a short period of time, and Karens have to be around Karens all the time. Ha ha ha. Yep. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk more about the weird stuff rather than the bad stuff. Like, yep. I would 10 out of 10 would recommend camp counseling as a job as long as you do well with kids. Because it's definitely gonna be a one of a kind experience that you're gonna remember for the rest of your life. And working at a camp is kind of like having a second family. Because think about an average family. You guys spend almost all your time together sometimes, and sometimes you get annoyed with each other. And I think camp counselors tend to go ahead and be sweet overall because they remember that it's for the kids. Like, if there's anything that can go ahead and round up any camp counselors, like, job, it'd have to be, it's for the kids. Ain't that right, Ink?
Gamotron says kids can smell fear. Also, kids make smells when they are afraid.
Oh man, yeah.
The way I deal with, and the comment above that was like, the way I deal with Karens is by remembering that I only have to deal with them a short period of time.
Wait, I already read that.
Yeah. And all I will say is, hopefully they tire themselves out after like 20 minutes. Karens are not above screaming at this poor teenager working at Walmart for hours on the end.
Yep. Ooh. I have like 4 people on here now.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
As far as the moderating question goes, this channel's at the point that I only give IRL people moderator at the moment. Because there's enough people I know.
Perhaps in the future.
Yep. I know enough people who are generally on streams to where, like, oh, by the way, can you go ahead and do this?
I mean, I can moderate the chat. I can moderate from my space as well because I like to keep an eye on Pastry's chat because it's relevant.
Yep.
Also, since my chat is completely dead.
Yeah, I keep an eye on my own chat too. I'm just like clicking around.
Yeah, but yeah. The way I deal with Karens is you just know that these people are miserable.
Yep.
If they're screaming at teenagers, you know that they're gonna you know that their life sucks.
They don't have anything better to do with their life. Basically.
Nope.
Yep. Anyway, can we please stop talking about Karens and start talking about something that ain't Karens? Because the Karens talk, the Karen talk is starting to tire me out now. Anyways, so, I do not like this hot pink that I was going to put as something. So I'm gonna make it orange. Oh, that's an obnoxious orange. I'm gonna make it less red and more orange, or maybe even more yellow. I'm just trying to be, like, more creative. That's an ugly orange. I'm trying to be more creative with, like, what colors I put my, what colors I do for things, because if I always use the same color palette, it's gonna get boring.
Yep.
Yep. But yeah. Let's see what I have on the list here. I have so many things to draw. Do you hate how, like, sometimes you, like, write quickly, and when you write quickly and you go back to it later, you can't read it?
That's me on a regular basis. My handwriting's already a mess.
Draw more. That's somehow, like, when I started this channel, and even before then, when I started drawing period, like, my handwriting got, like, exponentially better.
I draw on the regular and it has not helped.
So, let's see here. I'm gonna check my chat. Alright. I'm sorry, Gamotron, but, this is not the channel where everyone's gonna be mod. Because when almost everyone is mod, then almost nobody is mod.
Yep.
Then I'd be the only moderator, with everyone having a linked share privileges.
Yeah.
Yep. But, yeah, so, do you have any interesting things to talk about, Ink?
No.
Because we already
Well, I'm
talked.
almost I'm about a third done with the draft I'm on with my book.
Good. You know when it's gonna be, out to the public?
No. That's a good question.
So that you can be my shameless plug for years? Wait, I already have a shameless plug. It's my merch. So that I can have, like, 2 shameless plugs.
Every time you make a video, plug my book.
No, it'd be every stream. Because I don't even mention my merch in my videos.
Yeah.
Because I find it annoying how, like, other YouTubers, like, oh, I understand how they have to make money somehow, but, like, come on, you're just like, please buy my merch, please buy my merch, please buy my merch.
Yeah. I'm just over here just trying to get views.
Because, like, views actually make you money.
Eventually.
Pastry, why do you look so derpy? Oh, yeah, right, because I didn't, like, draw you in 2 weeks. But yeah, but, but yeah,
I can't tell if Game of Tron just made a very a very obvious sexual innuendo, or he's referencing something else.
Alright, I'm honestly not really paying attention to the comment section right now because I'm like, I gotta do this and this and this and this and this for my channel. Like, pretty much just like I have like a whole to-do list of things to draw, which is fun. And I'm like, I just want to get as much as I can, as much as I can get done on my streams, like drawing wise, so that I can work on my animations when I'm off stream.
Yep.
Also, did you watch Camp Potato yet?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah. There was a drama that made me realize, holy shit, I'm not great for not watching my friends' content.
Oh wait, what?
See, there's this guy on YouTube called Jimmy Snow. He's like popular in the atheist community. Essentially, he's friends with probably the worst creator ever, Gabby Hanna.
Yikes.
And he's just been refusing to listen to anyone, and his old friend now, because this apparently ended their entire friendship. A channel that I watch on the regular, Rachel Oach, was making a review of Gabby's poetry. Poetry sucked, by the way. And, well, Rachel Oates is very well known for being genuinely one of the nicest creators around. And then, of course, there's... And Jimmy's just, like, doesn't care to the point that even when he's making a video saying what he thinks he did wrong, like, what he thinks was wrong, he just refuses to watch her video. And I was just like, dude, you wouldn't be making this video if you just watch the video you're making this about. I have a dirty mind, Game of Thrones. I have a dirty mind.
Yep. Let's see here. Wow, 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 my chat exploded while I'm just drawing things. Anyway, so
At least I'm paying attention to it.
yeah. But yeah. So here's a common question I ask whenever I want someone to stop arguing about something that is totally petty. You want to hear it?
Sure.
Is cheesecake a cake, a tart, a cake, a tart, or a pie?
And it just bonus points if it has absolutely nothing to do with the conversation, and then you get yourself into a highly heated argument just to show how stupid they sound.
Yes. For whatever reason, I like to argue about the most silliest things sometimes. Oh, man.
And then there's just me watching reviews of one of the videos I love watching is the 2.5-hour review of the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. Not the show, the movie. The movie sucks. The show is a masterpiece, though. You should watch it.
You didn't ever answer my question.
My brain is in all sorts of places. Okay,
yeah.
Repeat the question.
Is cheesecake a cake, a pie, or a tart?
I'm gonna go with cake simply because the word cake is in the name.
It's a tart!
I've also never eaten cheesecake.
It's a tart.
Motron says cheesecake is a giant cookie with lots of toppings. I cannot comment on that since I have never eaten cheesecake.
A cheesecake is a tart. It is. There's crust on the bottom and there's no crust on the top, so therefore it can't be a pie. And there's a
It
crust.
depends on the pie.
Therefore,
it depends on the pie.
An open.
Have you ever had French silk pie?
That's a tart.
This sounds arbitrary. This is just arbitrary
It's
gaming.
a tart. It's a tart.
See, there's one thing I hate is arguments like this. It's stupid.
Yeah, but yet
I approve of you if I'm fine with it if there's a particularly stupid argument that you don't want to deal with, so you just bring up that, but not in the middle of our conversation where that came up as an aside.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about pumpkin pie? Pumpkin pie pretty much has the crust on the bottom.
Well, now this is another question. Is a hot dog a taco?
Pastry! I feel the need to rant about the Avatar The Last Airbender movie, and you're just arguing about pie.
Okay. Go ahead and rant about your movie. Well, I just go ahead.
From a writing perspective, the Avatar The Last Airbender movie is probably one of the worst films ever made. My writer ass is just eh. Exposition in the worst possible way and in the dumbest possible circumstances. There was a YouTuber who basically who in his 2.5 hour long review was decided he was going to calculate, because apparently there was a lot of repeated exposition. And the YouTuber decided to calculate how much of it was completely unnecessary. A solid 10% of the film could be cut with no consequences whatsoever. You want your scenes to have purpose, not just have your characters talk about exposition that you've already given. And then there's of course, it's hilarious considering how there's two characters that are handled decently, and that would be Zuko. And he's not even handled that well, and Zhao. He's okay because he's easy. Zhao is just a prick who is very self-confident. His character is fine, but his comeuppance is ruined.
Yeah. Isn't it kind of fun to be on the creator's side, where you're basically tearing apart the content? And
I'm just who the fuck wrote this? This was, and my thought is, who wrote this? Shyamalan, you're a good writer at times. I mean, he's somewhat known for his plot twists, and sometimes they're pretty good. Sometimes the twist, the twist itself is dumb, in concept, but it's executed in a way that doesn't make it sound stupid. Let's take the movie Signs, for example. The aliens have essentially water is about as corrosive as sulfuric acid to them. And they decide to invade Earth with no protection. Water literally falls from the sky. You could very effectively particularly put, like, instead of a thriller, you can actually get yourself a pretty nice little action movie starring a bunch of children with these guys. Like, it's like, once you know the weakness, it is very, a first world country is very, very defensible. Like, urban environments, like, frequently these cities will often have tanks that, like, battle tanks that shoot water instead of fire, instead of explosives. And you know how if that those would, like, obliterate an alien in, like, a few seconds? You could just have those patrolling the street of the city, and then turn every sprinkler system on. Except for the ones indoors that would cause flooding, but. And then have any unprotected areas monitored by a kid with a garden hose. You could deal with this alien if you have, like, this. Although it's significantly harder in places like the third world countries, especially desert ones.
Whoops. All right, yeah. It's interesting how, like, what types of things creators catch in other people's work.
Like, because the movie is executed well. Like, it doesn't, like, if you're not thinking about it too hard, that fact can honestly just never come to your mind. So the film is actually enjoyable. But once you realize that, you're just instantly ruined. And of course, the happening is not too much smarter. It's essentially plants don't like humans fighting, so they make them kill themselves. It's very weird.
Huh. So, back to our pie conversation. Little animation says
She
yes
googled
to
it.
everything.
They googled it.
They googled it.
The answer is yes.
Yep. Of course it is.
Apparently, M. Night Shyamalan and fantasy don't mix.
So, now I have the question. What is your favorite genre and your least favorite genre, and why?
Favorite would be fantasy. Least favorite would be literary fiction. Which is unfortunate because every high school makes their student body read literary fiction because it's boring.
So why would you say your favorite is your favorite genre?
Honestly, I've found it generally more exciting than a lot of, like, I'm kind of an action book person, and stuff in that genre generally has more action. In my, although, like, I've, but, although I've had a book that I can just think of as my least favorite book right off the bat, and it's essentially the journal of this random Chinese girl. It was really weird. Like, I can't help but think, how did the girl even know what she was giving to be published to the world? Her private thoughts. I mean, I'm fairly certain the guy even the guy who published it at least compensated the girl and her family, because, like, gave her some royalties, but, like, you've just given your journal and a couple of years of your own private thoughts to this random American man. and he publishes it for all to see. And what results is not very exciting. Like, I will probably pinpoint that book as the single reason I stopped reading for a while. Like, I was forced to read it, and it was the most boring thing ever.
So, do you want to know my answer to that question?
What?
My favorite and my least favorite tends to be, like, put together pretty often. And, my favorite genre is, my favorite genre is comedy, and my least favorite is romance.
Yeah. Little Animation probably agrees in the romance category.
Yeah.
But then again, romance was just kind of the thing that just generally sucks. Like, even, like, rom-coms, like, are generally essentially sexually harassing a woman into dating him, and somehow this ending up being happily ever after instead of a police report.
Yep.
Twilight is just a paranormal romance. That series is a mess. Like, generally, romance very, very frequently has abusive things written into it. Like, it's very bad. Like, it's a reason why I don't like romance as much either.
Y'all pretty much. Oh, you first.
A lot of those books, like, generally have a very strange exposition, reason for the characters falling in love, and then it's just weird.
Like,
I mean, and then there's the situation of Twilight that just spawned the entirety of the YA area age range to just become a bunch of shitty paranormal fantasies. And then, like, for the next couple of years, that was all that was being published in the YA. Like, romance is pretty fun as a subplot sometimes.
No.
Sexual though.
What?
Romance can be pretty fun if it's not the entirety of your story oftentimes. But it's generally not if you're aggressively asexual like Pastry.
No, that would be Arrow.
Yeah.
But
aggressively Arrow.
Yep.
My mom's favorite genre.
Yeah, the only reason why I watched, like, one episode of, like, The Bachelor is to see The Bachelor literally jump the fence.
Hi. Hello, Pop Tiger.
Like, that was really funny to see.
Yeah, just have The Bachelor dip.
Like, yeah.
We ain't got time for this.
Like, yeah, I don't want to see a drama. I'm just gonna jump the wall now.
Yeah, I don't like a lot of reality shows. They're either super manufactured, and if they're not, there's a lot of highly abusive situations for the sake of drama.
Yep. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, and I'm just like, I really liked. Like, here's what I wish to see from The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. I would like to go ahead and see. I'm gonna use The Bachelor, or The Bachelorette for an example of this, but I would like to see like the Bachelor or the Bachelorette just be like just be like, I'm not into, I really would like to see
And someone realizes
the,
that that
the,
they're that they're gay
yep.
on a reality show.
Yeah, I would like to see that. Like,
Oh, that would be milked for drama. That would
like,
be great. That
like,
would be a good watch.
I'm not,
Gotta admit, that would be a good watch.
actually, I'm not into guys or girls. Or what would be equally as funny is if, um, is if in The Bachelor, all the, in The Bachelor, like, this is gonna be less likely to happen, but, like, The Bachelor, in The Bachelor, two girls fall in love with each other instead of The Bachelor.
That would be fun.
Yes.
That would be as just as much of an interesting watch as the uh, contestant, the guy who's supposed to be paired with someone realizing that they're gay on screen.
Yes. But I doubt that would ever happen,
Yeah,
unfortunately. Or what would be even better is if the person on The Bachelor or The Bachelorette be like, oh, um,
although
uh,
I
can't,
doubt anything created on the Bachelor or the Bachelorette ever lasts.
like here's something that I personally would really want to see as well. Imagine if imagine if no one won like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, and like imagine if The Bachelor just is like, I don't want any of this. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab cake now. Or garlic bread.
That would be me on The Bachelor. That would be me on The Bachelorette. If someone falls in love with a tree, and you've got a whole other issue, Game of Thrones.
I personally would like to see, I'm not interested in any of these guys or girls. So I'm just gonna go grab cake
Stares
instead.
intensely at the tree outside.
Yeah. Like, I love you,
Proceeds to
tree.
take the rose and give it and just put it in the tree.
Yeah, or take all the roses and stick them in the tree.
And then the hosts are like, "What? No,
What?
can't do that."
No! Praise the garlic bread. Oh, man.
Yes, always praise the garlic bread.
Yep. Um, we're having too much fun with this. Like, what else would you want to see on The Bachelor, Inc.?
I don't know. I've like no interest in. I don't know.
But yeah, I honestly would want to see either like any of those or five situations happen.
All I can.
Because
Oh look, the kitten has arrived. He's off to cause trouble.
oh no, what is she gonna do?
It looks like he's just crawling in the window to get some sun, which, I mean, it's probably about to storm. That's what the forecast said, so. Wonder if he'll come out and cuddle me when the stream is over.
Hmm.
He was very upset because we went camping.
Who watched them?
My aunt came over, but generally cats are very functional when left to their own devices.
Hmm. Then I have my meme. I need a meme. I mean, then we have the meme. I mean, a dog of mine, which I made a short about.
And That's the fun thing about huskies. They're wild.
Yep. Like,
Has a ride. What crimes will he commit?
will they commit? Because not all huskies are he's.
So far, he's just cuddling.
Oh,
Which
are
is
you talking
fine.
about your cat?
Yeah.
Sorry, I assumed the gender of your cat.
Honestly, they're both boys at this point.
Yeah, I called your cat a her. Whoops.
I mean, to be fair, we lost our female cat not too long ago.
Oh,
That was sad.
yeah. Hmm. So,
Hendrik really wants to be a moderator.
uh, I'm just like, of course. Of course you got those people. I'm pretty sure those people have made a meme of themselves at this point.
Yes, all we want to do is talk about stupid hypothetical situations that happen on reality shows.
Yep. Or at like anything where a human is involved that is interesting. Because it's pretty much been all we've talked about so far. It's like, except for when like Ink was criticizing that one show that was also created by a human.
On top, I'm fairly certain you made the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie.
Hmm.
The show. See, it's based on a show, and the show is a masterpiece.
Ah.
Totally recommend it. Posh Tracker says, "What's your favorite anime?" I know you watch anime. What's your favorite?
Um. It's kind of hard to say, cause I'm gonna say Fairy Tail, even though I haven't finished it. I got to 109 episodes during like the year of 2020, then I got really burned out of it. But yet, it's still a
Yeah,
really good anime.
yeah. I'm honestly getting into anime through Studio Ghibli.
Ah, yes, those films. My Neighbor Totoro is superior.
I mean, up until Miyazaki died, they were all pretty good.
Hmm. Yeah. Then we go ahead and go ranting about people killing off their own characters again. Because, like, come on. Characters should be treated like family.
I mean, I have a character death that I will plan very late in the series but I will guarantee I will be crying while I write it.
Yes. Mm.
I've tried to do that in my head before, and it just results in tears.
Yep. That's how character deaths go if you really love your characters.
Now I'd be at school and just suddenly I have tears flowing down my face.
Just let me hug you.
If I have a better, if I can get an anime watching, I'll probably watch some anime myself.
Yeah. I'm usually like, like I'm I think about how I when I think about watching anime, I'm like, I have a really hard time like narrowing in and focusing on something that is not interactive.
What I do with those situations, I just draw while I'm watching the anime or the
Yeah.
whatever I'm watching.
Then I can't like totally focus on the anime or my drawing, so they both are bad.
Yeah. See, I'm able to watch multiple hours worth of video at a time. Like, I once sat through the entirety of an Undertale playthrough without any commentary, and it's like 8 hours of pretty much only getting up to eat food and go to the bathroom.
Yeah, like gaming channels tend to go ahead and gaming channels. I honestly would much rather play the game myself. No
Yeah.
offense to gaming channels, but it's hard
Yeah.
for me to keep occupied.
What I usually do is sometimes I'll check out a gaming channel to see what a game I want to play is like. Uh, that's on a good day. But yeah, I usually don't go too far into those videos.
Whenever I go ahead and I'm in a gaming channel stream, I usually just start a conversation in that chat.
Yeah, I'm more.
Just a random conversation.
Yeah. Definitely depends on what you're doing.
Yep.
But yeah, if you have a quick writing advice, if you for pastry for any future projects, good short form videos would be terrible writing advice, and overly sarcastic productions is Trope Talks series.
But the thing is that about this podcasty thing we're just talking about random stuff, and it's entertaining to many.
Yeah.
After
fun when you're the one doing it, less fun when you're not the one doing it.
Yeah, and I honestly feel like, so when it comes to who I choose to watch versus who I choose to be I'll go ahead and maybe not, is just based off of one sold thing, and Ink could probably guess this.
Attention span.
I'd have to say, do they interact with their chat? If they interact with their chat, then I'll keep on watching. If they don't, then I go ahead and go
I
off.
can think of a Minecraft YouTuber you might enjoy. However, his stuff is very frequently part of a much larger narrative.
Yeah, and also with live streams, that the channel is too big, and there it's the chat is literally scrolling down the page even in slow mode. I tend to dip out too.
Yeah, that would probably be the specific Minecraft YouTuber I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it's just
the group he's part of is incredibly popular.
Yeah, it's just I like to have generally when I am on stream personally, I like to go ahead and be.
He tries.
Yeah, I tend to. Yeah, I understand, but there's there's how there's beauties of being a huge channel. There's also the beauties of being a small channel too.
You got something mid-size where you can interact with your chat.
Yep.
Happy medium seems to be around 100K at the very most.
100K? That's a ton.
Yeah. And because not everyone's going to be watching.
I know.
Should I put Edric in timeout because he keeps wanting to be moderator?
Give him one more chance.
Edric, I'm going to put you in timeout if you don't stop that.
Yeah. Now you sound like annoying. A mom. Now you sound like a mom.
See, I am the mom friend. I am the mom friend.
Yes, you're totally the mom friend. But moms are great, but But when they say, stop doing that or else I'll go ahead and put you in timeout as a little child.
To be fair, I have that power.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you in timeout if you don't behave.
Hold on.
Hello. Wait.
Mom's going to work.
Okay.
She just wanted to inform me at an inconvenient time.
Okay. That happens. Like, remember my damn it, mom
I'll pretty
video?
much only be available late afternoon during weekdays from now on, though.
Yeah. Remember the whole, like, damn it, mom bloopers I did?
Yeah. Damn it, mother.
That was basically me making fun of the fact that, sometimes when you're, like, doing something and mom starts talking to you, and
Yes.
my mom let me do that, by the way. She's like, go ahead.
See, I have the good kitty on my lap now. He's been a very good boy.
The good kitty. Wait, isn't that
It's
the
the dog one.
Nova?
Yeah, Nova.
Nova
He's the
cat?
Yeah, now he's a good boy.
What shenanigans has he been up to? What shenanigans has he been
He
up
hasn't done
to?
anything too dumb since he got stuck in the window the last time.
When I met him.
That was when you met him, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just enjoying life.
Mm-hmm.
He's enjoying cheek rubs.
Oh. Yep.
He was
Things are
not.
definitely interesting sometimes.
Oh, he is getting up.
Um,
Hi, buddy.
especially these streams. Like, I feel like almost anything I'm a part of tends to be entertaining. Is that true, Ink?
Actually, a good portion of the time, yes.
Like
Put you in a group chat, like you and me and Lexi in a group, like add you to a chat with Lexi and I, and it just instantly becomes more fun.
Yep. Isn't
Because
it?
Lexi and I don't always have things to say to each other.
And I always have something to say. Yep. Such as, can aliens climb trees?
I mean, technically speaking, aliens can mean anything, from bacteria to highly advanced extraterrestrials. All it, all it, all it needs is to be originating from another planet. So, depending on the alien, yes.
Yes.
If you're talking about intelligent forms of life, it once again depends on the alien. I mean, the universe is a vast, vast thing. I know it is almost impossible that we're completely alone.
That's interesting. And kind of scary at the same time.
The question is whether or not the aliens know about us, or whether or not, or they care.
Now that is the question as well.
The U.S. government has recently been releasing info on UFOs. So, maybe they have found us and they're just keeping their distance.
Yeah. Keep at least 6 planets away from us human beings. Because we do silly things.
I mean, just have to imagine, I was actually on the Grand Canyon trip I was at, the people, apparently aliens are UFOs are a regular phenomenon there at the Grand Canyon.
Oh?
So, apparently the lady in a tour had encountered quite a few. And I can only imagine the amount of stupid ways those aliens have watched us humans die.
Wow. Yeah,
Like, now I'm imagining this alien in the cloaking device UFO just staring at, just making a face for because a human had just pissed off an elk.
Wow.
Like, human animal is significantly bigger than you. Why are you doing that?
Yep. The things we ask about when we have nothing else to do.
Aliens are a fun topic for me.
Yep. And
I'm
most
a
people. Yep.
a lot of things definitely depend on how the alien society functions. If they're actually watching us, like, are they just like, what the hell are y'all doing?
Hmm.
Just casually observing normal things, and just suddenly a random human shows up and proceeds to do a Darwin award worthy thing, and then later on they see, like, the amount of humans that die for stupid reasons, and then when and then the alien society learns about the Darwin Award.
Yep. And did you know that you can only win the Darwin Award when you don't have kids yet?
Yeah, pretty much if you take yourself out of the gene pool because you haven't had any children yet, you are eligible for the Darwin Award. Say you do something stupid, like, you can survive and win a Darwin Award. It's just generally involves painful castration in dumb ways.
Mm. Yep. I'm just um I'm just drawing my things and talking about aliens.
Casual aliens.
Hmm. Hmm. So so if someone
If aliens are watching us, I can't tell if they're just if they're just observing the land, and we're relatively unimportant, because they show up in rural environments, or they're just there and they're just suddenly horrified whenever they're observing us and are just repeatedly horrified by the stupidity of our species.
like do I really want to visit here? No, I don't want to accidentally catch
Game
the.
of Thrones says, I'm perpetually confused by
Hello.
watching humans. I can't imagine how confused the aliens are. There's like an entire genre of story which is basically aliens discover humans, and they are very horrified because we are. Hold on, pastry left. You almost.
I'm back. I just had to go ahead and mute my mic for a few
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I had to mute my mic for a few seconds.
And like there's just this entire genre of storytelling of humans are weird and humans join the interstellar species, and the other aliens within that category are perpetually confused. because apparently humans are because apparently Earth is the Australia of space.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite is this one guy on TikTok that's basically just al- alien, aliens and this one guy named Alex, and most of them are just like, the hell are y'all? Like, the hell? And then there's the captain who's just a lot tougher and generally understands Alex quite a bit more, but and you know, imagine your incredibly powerful alien captain uh, dealing with a human that will frequently get into trouble.
Mm.
And of course, the fun TikTok was aliens versus the Gimpy Gimpy plant.
Mm.
The Gimpy Gimpy plant is a stinging nettle that is incredibly painful to the point where it makes you want to die.
Mm.
And it lasts for years. It's that bad.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, most of the animals in Australia is like either really weird, really dangerous, or both.
um.
Like the platypus is both. Like a male platypus during mating season is venomous.
Wow.
It isn't deadly, but it's debilitatingly painful for a couple of months.
Why are we talking about debilitating pain?
The concept Australia got bruh, and Australia is the king of things that cause debilitating pain.
Why are we talking about Australia?
Aliens. Essentially, it's a TikTok series where eventually the humans crash land in the aliens crew crash land in Australia, and the human and they discover the Gimpy Gimpy plant.
Mm. Oh man, yeah. This is a very interesting stream. But isn't it but can't we say that about almost any pastry stream ever?
Yeah,
Especially if you're involved?
I mean this has just been a good hour and a half of pure insanity as I ramble.
Yep. See what happens when two
And the random knowledge I've accrued over the course of my very curious lifetime
yeah, I'm too busy.
results in some of the weird, the, some of the weirdest things.
While I go ahead and do some interesting things in my life, you pretty much figure out if aliens climb trees or not.
Statistically speaking, aliens do climb trees.
Hmm. Do they have trees on Mars?
Now,
Jupiter?
unfortunately, any aliens that would be climbing trees would be many light years away.
Aww. Hmm.
The only likely thing would be a non-carbon based tree on Saturn's moon Triton.
Hmm. Interesting.
And that would be a very odd sight. It's one
Yep.
of the rare moons with an atmosphere. It's got a nice thick one too.
Hmm. Do you ever have like this one pen that you knew you took the cap off, but you go ahead and like tug on it anyways because your mind's like, oh, I just picked it up, so I need to take the cap off.
I'm pretty sure that happens to anyone who uses pens on the regular. I don't use pens that often.
Yep.
And the one pen I do use doesn't even have caps, one of those twisty ones.
Yeah. Um. Also, Do you ever have do you ever have like your phone in your hand and then you like do you ever have your phone in your hand and then you like you were looking for where did my phone go? And then you realize you just looked at it?
I'm pretty sure everyone has a moment like that, Pastry. Everyone.
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine if someone was actually on the phone and be
Like, yeah,
like,
I'm looking for my phone.
my
And like,
phone.
aren't you talking to me on your phone? Yeah,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
down.
Oh
That would
yeah.
be my exact response.
Oh yeah.
Like, that would be my response.
I'd be like,
I'm pretty good at.
yeah.
I'm pretty good when I do something stupid.
Hmm. Okay, yeah, it's
Concept of fun facts. Game Motron says the
hmm.
weirdest thing I found out this week is that there are no Chinese words for penguin, and a penguin is called a business goose.
Wow. Why is it called a business goose?
It looks roughly the markings on a penguin look roughly like a tuxedo.
Hmm. Oh man.
The goose part, I'm not sure about.
Hmm. Yep. It's pretty interesting the things that we talk about on stream. Like who else would talk about these things on stream?
See, we have the one kid who's generally not quite as curious, and just comes up with questions at appropriate times, and just for some unknown reason, the other kid knows the answer.
Yep. Oh man.
One thirsts for knowledge, while the other one is just kind of finds the question and just asks it.
Yeah, and I'm also like kind of known across like different places I've been to like be the one that asks the question that like almost no one asks. Like would never think to ask.
Such
And
as, do aliens climb trees?
yeah, I actually got that question from a camper actually.
If there is if there is an extraterrestrial planet with trees on it, I guarantee you there will be something climbing on those trees.
Yep. Um, like I was the one that while watching or partially watching an like a claymation movie with my friend, I'm asking about like how long did this thing take to make?
But
And
I
how did
need
they
to tell
do
you the
it?
story of the stupid movie that I was playing in animation camp.
Hmm.
But you go first.
But yeah, I asked about the weirdest questions that people almost never ask about. Like a few weeks ago when I went whitewater rafting, I literally asked, how many people lose their wallets on the stream?
A lot.
How many
A
people
lot.
lose their
Trust me.
sons? How many people?
If you're ever diving in a river, you will find stuff like that. You will find the most ridiculous of items in those rivers.
Yeah, how many sunglasses are lost in the river?
A lot. Let me tell you the story of A Town Called Panic, the weirdest movie I've ever seen.
Hmm.
This is a very strange stop motion French film that is
Interesting.
made entirely out of bargain bin toys.
Wow.
And it is absurd.
Hmm.
I used to go to an animation camp before it shut down, and what ended up happening was there were two guarantees in in this camp. One, they would show this movie. Two, they would show Studio Ghibli.
Do you
And
have?
those were always a guarantee. And, well, A Town Called Panic is a bit of an odd film. So
Huh.
it's essentially the story of the basically human horse these various bargain bin toys all have human minds and voices, including the farm animals, which results in some pretty funny ones. But essentially, it is the horse's birthday. The horse is unfortunately his roommates, Cowboy and Indian, have forgotten, and last minute they decide to build a grill. Uh, Well, so one of them gets coffee, and they require 10 bricks. 10, 10, someone says one of them, because these two have very low attention spans, one of them puts his coffee with the handle down right onto the 0 key, which results into 10 multiple ridiculous amounts of zeros being ordered and for next day delivery. Because the horse was sent because the asshole neighbor that they have a neighbor who essentially has farm animals and they're about as human even though they live in a barn. Essentially, the horse is sent to pick up the farm animals because the neighbor is an alcoholic. And so essentially, the guy's wife just sends him like, "Hey, horse, can you go get the kids? My husband's drunk." So he's like, "Okay," and he just gets the kids, and the many millions of bricks arrive, and he's stuck in traffic. And so finally, the cowboy didn't have to think of a solution. I mean, how just disregard any logic. They just hide it on the roof of their house. Now everything is fine until that night after Horse's birthday party, when the house predictably collapses. So, what do? Rebuild it. The understandable response. So they get a pretty good way done with it, and by the time they're finished, by the time the night's over, like all they need is a roof. And then so they go to sleep with their neighbor. In the middle of the night, someone steals their walls that they have just built. If you can't tell, and this is just the beginning, this film gets progressively more absurd.
Wow. And they had you watch that at camp?
Yeah, it was great.
Oh man. All I can tell you is that at the camp that I was at, we didn't watch any absurd movies.
See, this was animation camp. This was a film made entirely in stop motion out of bargain bin toys. The budget for the characters was presumably about $50.
For all the characters? Wow.
I can imagine the most expensive piece was the set, because the sets were actually pretty well done.
Bargain toy movie.
I admire the writers for thinking of by far the most absurd plot point I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And, it just gets, the asshole alcoholic neighbor is eventually arrested because, according to the shitty cop in town, he's the one who stole the walls, even though there's no reason for the alcoholic neighbor to steal the walls.
And how does one steal a wall, period?
Apparently, they just lift it up and carry it off.
But, wait. How does one steal a wall?
So Cowboy, Indian, and the horse set up a stakeout, and they find fish people are stealing their walls. So they just continue to. So they go on a chase sequence and eventually catch Gerard. Now, fun fact: if I ever have a stupid character, I guarantee you it will be named Gerard.
Or Nova.
No, it's Gerard every time.
Why?
This film gave me inspiration.
Yeah. Why is it that whenever there's like a silly character, most of the time it's named Larry?
And then there's me with Gerard.
Larry. Like, I cannot take the name
Although
Larry.
the more modern one is Kevin.
I actually know a Kevin.
There is a stereotype around the name Kevin that is basically Kevin is stupid. There's this brilliant story on Reddit. It's essentially this unfortunate teacher has to teach by far the dumbest seventh grader known to man, who has just done all sorts of weird things, like eating crayons, despite the fact that he's in seventh grade and that he shouldn't really have crayons. Casual, things along that line. This is probably this is probably the kid's English teacher, considering how well it's written. It's written in very poetic prose. As essentially, the teacher describes this kid's entire family line as existing to make God laugh. Before any Darwin Awards can happen, God will usually intervene and then laugh hysterically. And then when God isn't intervening, somebody else does. Like, it is a miracle that child survived. And, well, the kid's dad isn't much better.
How accident prone are you, Ink?
One time I fell off a bus seat.
Oh no. But, like, how accident prone are you?
Depends. Generally, I'm pretty good, but if I'm tired, I'm a lot more accident prone.
I am the most accident prone person you probably know.
And then when I'm tired and have dropped too many things, I will make an enraged noise.
Yep. I'm clumsy. Yep. I'm surprised I haven't broken a bone yet. I'm one of those people.
Usually when I fall, I can catch myself. But then again, most of the time I've tripped on my bed.
Wow. Yeah, I've tripped on my bed too, but I tripped on my bed story would have to be on the frame and having a really big bruise, because I don't know if Ink knows this, but there's a lot of like sharp corners on my bed frame.
Yeah, I think most beds are like that though.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Like do you know like the type of beds that have the drawers on the bottom?
Yeah.
So you do not lose your socks under the bed?
I have a pull-out bed. It's pretty much the same thing.
You have a pull-out bed that you...
Yeah. I use it for storage, but if you ever want to sleep over, you can sleep there.
Yep. Which, we could talk about, like, sleepovers. Alright, so, what do you want to do, Ink?
Well, things are winding down. It's been over probably around 2 hours. Yeah, it's been like 2 hours.
Ish.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
done a lot of things on this stream. I'm surprised I got everything on my draw during stream to-do list done. And now I'm just drawing future thumbnails for this show.
Yeah,
How about you?
I'm pretty good.
Like, did you get
I got
all...
thoroughly distracted from my art by your uh pie, the cheesecake debate.
the cheesecake debate? The cheesecake
So it's about
debate.
time we wind down.
Yep, I had a feeling that's the case for me too. So that
So goodbye, guys.
wait, aren't we gonna go ahead and do our closing announcements before
Oh yeah,
we...
hold on. I made a Discord if anyone who's still here wants to join.
And and here at Pastry we have a channel banner challenge. So if you wish to go ahead and participate, just email me your channel banner, and the video is somewhere in my chat. So please go ahead and click on that link if you want
I'll
to
probably put it in the comment once the stream is fully uploaded too.
yeah, in like the description.
Yeah.
So please subscribe to Ink, because most of the people who are watching this are on my side. Please make sure to subscribe to their channel.
All of them are on my side.
Wait,
All of them are on your side. My stream has 0 views.
yep. So please go ahead and subscribe to Ink, because we love them very much.
I'll also probably give you updates about my projects in the Discord.
Ah, yes. Why don't you go ahead and like give updates on your channel as well? Because literally the only things that have went up on your channel is these streams.
I need friends in order to be entertaining. Either that or it's animation using other audio. I am significantly less interesting when I'm on my own.
Yeah, but yet somehow I manage to be super interesting when it's just me. Just
I mean, our
somehow.
first test stream was
It's not on my channel, but it's on theirs. Hers.
yeah, come to my channel and sit through the egregious 30 minutes of Ink having absolutely no idea what she's doing because Pastry accidentally turned on airplane mode.
Like Zoom. My things went zoom, 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 zoom. Like, isn't that what airplane mode means? Like, computers go ahead and decide to fly.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I'm just joking at this point.
And I'll probably announce stuff if Pastry ever wants it because Pastry refuses to use Discord until she's 18.
Yep. Um.
I have found Discord to be one of the most private social media apps around, though.
Yeah. Let's see.
Like, default settings can be manipulated to make it so pretty much unless you want somebody to be your friend, uh, and they'll they'll you can do that.
Hmm. Hmm. Anyway, so I honestly do not know when episode 5 is gonna be. We'll have to
Yeah.
figure it out off air.
I'm not gonna be available until like 3 for the next week, for the next couple of weeks, because I'm working.
Yep, you gotta work to make those buns. Make the
Yeah.
dough. Make the dough and cook it too. Haha. Anyway, so please go ahead and subscribe to Ink. And if for some odd reason you're not subscribed to me, just basically please do all the crap that all the other YouTubers ask you to do on their streams over on our channels. And see ya in the future to come. After I go ahead and like finish off like the thumbnail for episode 5. Which I started working on thumbnail 6, but then I'm like, I gotta clean up thumbnail 5. Anyway, so please join us next time and see you in the future to come.
Yep.
Do you have an
Goodbye.
outro? Do you have an outro?
No.
No?
No.